This story is called The Stranger and the Sea, and it starts, as many stories do, with a stranger coming to town, to Lowestoft. And he'd keep himself to himself, this stranger, and nobody knew where he had come from. He would spend his time sitting on the pier or on the beach watching the boats and the rolling waves. One day, a 14-year-old fisher boy offered him part of his catch, which the stranger gladly accepted. And over a time, the pair became friends. The boy would share his fish, and the stranger would tell him tales of faraway lands. After a time, the stranger asked the boy to travel with him, and the boy, though tempted, felt a loyalty to his family and to his employers, and despite his adolescent sense of adventure and his curiosity, he politely declined. The stranger smiled and asked him if he wouldn't mind at least looking after his dog while he was gone. The boy, not wishing to offend, accepted, and he was given an address. Now this dog was large, long, and lean, and it had been seen regularly since the stranger's arrival, but it was always on its own. It was vast, muscular, and jet black. After the stranger left, the boy and the dog became inseparable, taking walks along the beach together and swimming in the sea. One cold morning, the pair were swimming, the sun glinting on the waves. The boy had never ventured beyond the far rocks. Even though the sea might look calm, his mother had told him that an undercurrent could easily sweep you out. On this occasion, the boy was playing a game, diving headfirst into the waves, and after a few minutes, he brought his head out of the water, only to see the dog much further out than was safe. You could see that the dog was paddling in his direction, but he was getting no closer. The boy, fearing for his friend, started to swim out as well, but the dog just kept getting further and further away. And then he disappeared. By now the wind had picked up, and the sky had clouded over. "Dog! Dog!" the boy called frantically, waving his arms. "Where are you?" But the dog was nowhere to be found. Fearing the changing elements, the boy made the difficult decision to turn back to shore. It was a struggle, but as a strong swimmer, he slowly made progress, until he felt a sharp tug on his leg. He yelped, turned back, and felt a rush of relief to see the dog. Oh, thank God. The boy pulled the dog towards him, but at this, the dog snarled. "Don't start misbehaving now. Come on, we've got to go." The dog had moved now between the boy and the shore. Its eyes, once brown and doleful, now seemed to be alight, a burning red and hideously deep. The animal snapped at the boy with its huge jaws, forcing him once again further out to sea. The waves splashed over the boy's head, and he started coughing and gasping. He turned and swam, away from the advancing creature and away from the shore. The dog, unrelenting, kept pace, snarling and snapping, his teeth sinking into the flesh of the boy's legs. It was now the boy understood. He swam on, pursued by what he knew was Black Shuck. The dog, unrelenting, kept pace, and just as the boy was about to give up and allow the water to take him, he turned around one last time to look his betrayer in the eye. And as he did so, he found himself looking into the face of the stranger. The stranger flashed a devilish grin just before the dog launched itself at the boy's neck. The boy closed his eyes, and as he did so, he felt strong arms lifting him up out of the water. "You're all right, boy! You're all right!" a fellow fisherman cried. "You're all right! What are you doing so far out? Can you not see that there's a storm coming?" The boy held a hand over his torn neck and looked out over the edge of the wildly rocking boat, but all he could see were the dark waves. He knew what had been said. He knew the stories. Sad tales of other young boys who had gone missing in the sea off Ness Point, only to be washed ashore days later, with their throats torn open.